Welcome to the Design the Vision. I'm your host, Wilson 2, and this is the first introductory podcast for the series. Or really, I'm going to do this until I die. Probably. I don't know. But I think it's a lot of fun. I hope it's going to be a lot of fun. Probably is. Who knows? Anyways, cutting to the chase. My name is Wilson 2. A little bit about me. I am doing industrial design program at OCAD University, located in Toronto, Canada. That's right, I'm Canadian, believe it or not. It's one of those surprising facts. I don't know why I'm saying that, but yeah, continuing on. This is Design the Vision, pretty much a podcast about design. So we'll be talking to several students, from young entrepreneurs to fresh students, to amateurs, professionals, professors, pretty much everywhere in the industry about design, giving us a wider and broader aspect of what design really does behind the scenes and how it really affects the future and our everyday lives, really, right? Just for you to let you guys know, industrial design, for those who do not know, industrial design is pretty much how I see it, the holy trinity of the design science. So pretty much it's a good mixture of art, engineering, and science, and finally design, right? So engineering and science kind of overlap. But so those three mixed together in one field. And I think personally it's the funnest field, at least for me, because I love learning new things. I love putting things to test and struggling. Well, okay, I don't like too much the struggling part, but after the struggle, it's pretty fun because you just know all this stuff now. Right? It feeds into my mentality of being like the man who knows everything, but just enough of it. I hope you know what I mean. The general idea, and then once you need to know the specifics, you will look into research for it. But yeah, anyways, for those who are wondering to go into design or want to hop and make that transition design, or maybe they're thinking about going into design from school, or maybe you just want to hop from another field, I hope this podcast will help you make that decision from interviews on everywhere, right? My next plan is to interview some students, hopefully get some professors on this, and maybe meet some professionals and maybe some young entrepreneurs, right? That were happy to do a little interview and talk to them about how they see what their vision is of design and what their vision is for the future, and how other people can somehow learn from it or also help shape the future. I think that's really cool. I think it's really awesome, right? I already paid to go to school, so those who are wanting to learn more, you can get a head start in school, or you don't have to get a head start, because you don't have to go to school for design, right? If you just want to make the hop, you can. And you know what? I already paid money to go to school, so why not share my knowledge now, right? Because I learned it, and now I can spread it to you guys for free. The most beautiful word in the world, free. Unless that free comes with a catch, then it's not really free anymore. That's just a bait and switch. But so I hope you guys will enjoy this podcast, and I hope I could do something for you guys from listening. I also, for me, I just personally love industrial design, and I love the culture of the school and the creative world. It seems like, at least as far as I know, everyone that's in the creative world seems to be very happy to help each other out. We come up as we bring everyone else up with us. I hope that makes sense. I think it's really cool. For example, quick example would be when earlier this week I was doing a prototype for a package, and I 3D printed it. I went to my friend and I was like, "Hey man, you have any advice about 3D printing? Not the 3D printing part, but the finishing of the 3D print, because I didn't want to have the 3D print outlook of it. I didn't think it looked that nice." So as I did it, he's telling me she was telling me you can do this film, you can do this, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh cool, I'll consider that. And then another guy came out of nowhere, literally nowhere, as if he was Waldo, and he's like, "Oh, you found me," and came out, and I was like, whoa, who is this dude? And he just started telling me everything. He's like, "Oh, by the way, you might have some problems with this and this and this. I recommend doing this." And I was like, "Wait, what is this?" Or example would be you should check out vacuum forming. I'm like, what is vacuum forming? It's when you take your product, put it inside this chamber, and then it becomes really hot, and the plastic sheet around it, you put a plastic sheet up above it, and then it sucks the plastic and it wraps it around your product, so it gives it a nice finish. I was like, whoa, that's wild. Like, where do I do that? And he told me where to find it, where to do it at school, right? And then I just went straight there. I didn't remember his name, or I didn't even learn his name. I just said, thanks, man. And then I left as if I knew him. And then he talked to me as if he knew me. And it was pretty cool. I thought it was really cool, right? Yeah. I'm going to give you some quick advice right now before... If you're thinking about going to OCAD University, I highly recommend it. I personally love the school. The school is open 24/7. Literally 24/7. You're allowed to stay there all day, all night, doing whatever you want. And they have couch and stuff, and so you can sleep on them. The couches are pretty comfortable too, right? So you can sleep there if you need to, right? If you're like putting your heart and soul into some kind of work, right? And but you want to stay there overnight and stuff, like commuting a long way, like I do. For me, I have to bus about an hour to get to school. So, yeah, sometimes I sleep at school. I'm like, man, do I really want to bus home and then come back in the middle of the night? Nah, how about I just stay here, work on it, sleep, wake up, go to class, and I can still continue to do whatever I want to do, right? Also, another really cool thing about OCAD, they have something called Hot Lunch. Every Tuesday and Thursday, you get free lunch or $2, right? This is donations, right? Like, one of the cool things about the school is like they don't want you to be hungry. They understand the students. They're there for the students, as far as I can see. I really appreciate that, right? So I don't know about other schools, but I personally really love OCAD. For those who don't know what OCAD is a design/art school. People know it as an art school, but I see it as a design school because they have so many shops everywhere, right? And personally, I'm in design program. That's why I see it that way. But yeah, it's right next to the AGO, which is the which is the Art Gallery of Ontario, right? Which is located in like the heart of Toronto. It's near Dundas Square, right? Which is pretty much the heart of Toronto over there, right? And yeah, so you guys want to check it out, go ahead, check it out. If you guys think about becoming an industrial designer, I recommend it. I love industrial design for a fact. Like I said earlier, it's a holy trinity. You get to learn as much as you want to learn. You can apply whatever you want to apply and just keep building stuff. A professor told me, it's like, hey, you pretty much get paid to play. He told me when he owned a studio for 15 years that he almost felt bad taking people's money because all he would do was draw and play and just make stuff for fun, and then that's it. And I was like, whoa, that's so wild. You actually get paid to do whatever. And I was like, that's so cool. So that's what I kind of want to do in the future anyways, open my own studio. That's my vision. Open a studio, help small businesses or startup businesses designing their product or building their product and brand to move forward to whatever they want to do. And I think that's a really cool idea, and I think it's a really cool thing. And that's my vision, right? But by talking to other people's visions and talking about their design aspects and design philosophies, maybe that'll help shape my vision into something better, refine it to something what I want to do more, right? So yeah, anyways, I rambled on. I went off topic a bunch of times. I hope that's okay. This is an introductory podcast. I hope you guys enjoy it. Again, my name is Wilson 2. You can check out my website, which is not up yet, so you can't check it out. Oh man. But yeah, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this first podcast. It's about getting to the 10-minute marker. There's so many stories I can tell you guys, so many advice I can tell you guys. Oh right, let me give you quick advice. I completely went off track. Let me give you quick 5 advice. If you want to go to design school, first thing I want to say is work on your foundation. You should learn how to sketch, right? At least start practicing to sketch now, because I came from engineering and I never sketched before, right? I was never the artsy kid, and now I'm learning all of it right now, and I'm struggling, man. It's hard to, because there's like a lot of practice and a lot of like small tips and tricks here and there. So I recommend starting now, right? It's never too late to start. So I say start now. Maybe 20 hours later, you'll be good at it. And that's what they say, apparently. 20 hours is what it takes to be good at something. And then that's the first advice. My second advice, be open-minded. Have a thick skin. Not because people are going to talk down to you or like break you down or anything. I haven't met anyone like that yet. But mainly because if you bring your work into school, right? Like say you finish a project, what they tend to do is critique it. So everyone in the class will look at your work and you talk a little bit about your work, and then everyone tells you what they like and what they don't like and what you could do better, right? It's not to break you down, but it's only to make you a better designer, a better artist, or a better whatever it is. So that's what the critiques are for, right? So don't please don't take it to heart. I heard so many stories. I myself never experienced it, but I heard so many stories with kids like crying or breaking down or taking it to heart, causing a scene because like a student, like a fellow student just talking about, hey man, like I think you could do this better. And then they take it to heart and then they feel like they're being attacked. You're not being attacked. The whole point is to help you become a better designer because it's just so many different designs and you want to appeal to as many as possible with your design, right? And you want to make it the best way possible. So, I mean, this is what the critiques are for, all right? It's very helpful and you don't have to do it, but it's an opinion you should maybe consider if it's a good idea that pops in your head. Number 3. All right, so that was critiquing. Number 3, another good advice I would say is learn to be open, right? You could be shy, you could be a little anxious, whatever, but I recommend try to overcome that fear of being antisocial or being isolated or anything like that, because there's so many nice people at OCAD or at any university or any school you go to about inside the creative world, right? Try to find that couple friends, right? Some of them could be snobby artsy kids, but some of them are also really nice and upbringing kids, right? Kids that want to help other kids or other people grow into a better person, right? And so it's hard to find those people. You'll find those people you don't like, but like as you talk to more people, you'll find those few friends or few people that can actually really help you out in a time of need, right? So I recommend like try and get out of your shell and talk to as many people as possible because like you never know what they know. And since there's so much to know, right? It's literally every day as I talk to somebody new at school, right? They give you a new nugget, a new gold nugget, a little solid piece of gold nugget that you could use later, right? Or you could consider later, right? I found out about so many materials that way. It's a great way to learn. And plus you never know, maybe they'll do so well in the future and they can give you a job or give you like, maybe you can be part of the project or something. That's one of the things I really enjoy. Anyways, yes, number 3, come out of your shell. Don't be scared, right? People are people and there are generally mostly nice people as far as I have met. All right. Number 4 is management. That's my 4th advice, time management, right? So, like, yes, you can procrastinate and stuff, whatever, but as long as you know you get the work done in time, that is the most important thing, right? And I prefer to put your heart and soul into the work, but make sure you have enough time and balance everything out, because you'll be having like 5 classes, 6 classes, or like you have to work on top of that, right? Like I do have to work on top of that. So make sure you schedule out your time well, right? Give yourself a break, of course. Time that is like in to rest, because that's also really important. Because I know kids that plan their day by the hour and they're like so stressed out. Don't plan it by the hour, but plan it by the day or week. Like this week, I'm going to finish 3 assignments. Like this is what they're due and I'm going to do on these days. That kind of thing, right? Plan it by the day. You don't go to you don't go to like the millisecond. Just go over the day. Something simple, right? You're not a CEO. You don't have to plan by the hour yet. You don't have to plan by the millisecond yet. This isn't Mr. Robot, right? Just have a general outline plan and make sure you plan and then execute. That's important, right? Or else next thing you know, you'd be overwhelmed in work, okay? Anyway, so that's time management or management in general, right? 5th and foremost is to learn. I don't know. I kind of forgot. To be honest, I kind of forgot what the 5th advice was going to be. But I'm just going to say, just learn as much as you can. Just learn and fail. And you know what? That was the 5th advice I was going to go. Thank God it came around. Is to fail. Fail as many times as you need, right? Because you're in school. You have so much cushion, right? You can fall as many times as you want, but the school will be there to hold you, right? Or wherever you are. If you want to fail as many times as you can. Don't throw all your money away and then fail, because that's pretty bad. But I meant kind of test out different things, see different things, try out new things, and try all these different things, right? And then if they don't work out, they don't work out, right? But you could learn something new from doing that and you have that experience, right? So I say just fail as many times as you can or as many times as you want to, right? Until you can hit that final stride of the perfect project or the perfect whatever that can open more opportunities for you, right? Especially at school, because there's so many like people there to help you. And like the technicians are really nice. The professors are really nice, right? So I personally think number 5 is maybe one of the most important is just to fail, right? For me, I'm going through most of my classes with 60%, right? But I was like, well, I'm not here to be on Dean's List. I'm here to learn, right? I don't need a mark to tell me I'm doing well when I want to fail and learn as much as the next dude and know so much that I can create something amazing off my previous failures. Failures. I can't even say that word. But yeah, so number 5, fail as much as you can, right? And then if you want to earn those high marks or whatever, marks are marks. But remember, in the real world, it's going to be much more, and no one's going to mark you. It's just going to be if the client likes what they like, right? If they like what they see. And how do you know that? Only by failing through a lot of things. Like, all right, well, I went to a bunch of clients like this before, or I did a project for this, like a client like this before, and I tried all these things, but it seems like this one thing really sticks. Something like that. That's, I don't know, a quick example, right? Yeah, so I'm hitting the 16-minute marker, or maybe the 20-minute marker. I guess it wasn't as short as I thought it was going to be. Maybe it's short. I don't know. I listen to 1-hour podcasts, like, all the time on Spotify, so I don't know if this is short or not. Comparatively, it's not really that short. Like, I don't know, 20 minutes is not that short to me, but then again, like compared to like the 1-hour podcast, maybe this is kind of short. I don't know. Anyways, this is the introductory. Design the vision with Wilson 2. That's me. Hey, what's up? What's good? It's gonna say bye now. I hope you guys have a great day. Hope you guys have a nice day. I guess that's the same thing as a great and nice. Like, great things happen, and then overall, you just felt nice. Yeah, okay, let's go with that. Anyways, I'll be cracking a lot more jokes. I'm going to be talking to a lot more students. I'll be talking to a lot more people. So if you guys want to stick around for that, please do. I would love to. And you want to get in contact with me, I'll put my email below. We can talk about design. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. Having questions, whatever. I'll try my best to get around to you, because I'm starting this podcast in the middle of exams, in the middle of all my projects. And, you know, it's kind of like, Black Friday just happened, so I bought a mic, and I was like, yeah, let's start a podcast. I want to talk about people. I love talking. Right? And and now here we are, and I'm gonna go get my car oil change, and then come home and do more work, because I am behind on work. And you know what's also funny? I booked a trip, believe it or not, I booked a trip to Montreal, like, days before the exam. Oh, okay, and okay, that's my boy. He's over. All right. Anyways, cut you guys later. Please, I'll be doing this once a week. I'll be doing a blog once a week too. I'll let you know when I'm putting that up. I have a lot more projects. But yeah, I know I'm rushing it because like people are waiting outside my house for me. So yeah. Anyways, hope you had a guys nice day. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. Catch you guys next time. Love you guys, and design your vision or design your. I don't know. I'll make a catchphrase later. All right. Bye.